this is another impulsive video. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but it's the same as what I was doing before, except also different. I'm going to draw tarot cards to help me with writing. You can't see my laptop very well, but this is my laptop. Today, instead of trying to figure out character backstories, I am going to figure out the basic idea of a religion I need for this world. I've tried to do this before, but I got too stuck on trying to make it a mirror to real world religions, which I do still kind of maybe sort of half want to do, but I got way too literal with it, and so it just ended up messy and weird. And so I don't super know what I'm doing yet, but I don't know where to start, and I figured I'd try with the cards, particularly because I want to do more videos around me writing and my writing process and brainstorming and stuff like that. I think that's fun. And I also want to do more videos with my tarot cards because I really like my tarot cards. I just got a low battery notification. Okay. Anyway, I think, well, first I have to say hi to the cards, because that's always what we do, isn't it? We always say hi to the cards when we start. So, my little box that these came in is falling apart. What do you have to say right now, cards? Is that the Four of Pentacles again? Is that what I got last time? We often feel stuck. It's the same one I got last time. These cards have a sense of humor. What is, First question, what is the guiding value of this religion? Well, that card's out. King of Cups. All right. What one fell? Ooh, the Chariot inverted. Okay. So we have the Chariot inverted and the King of Cups. This is the one I actually drew. The Chariot fell out while I was shuffling. How do I want to do this? I think I should look up what the meaning is before I draw the next cards, because knowing what it means will help guide me in figuring out what to do with that information going forward. So this is a religion about being grounded, down to earth, in tune with what you're feeling. A religion about like your heart, maybe. And then I want to look up what the Chariot means, especially inverted. So I would say if this is the card that fell out, and again, I'm inventing this religion, I can decide what it means. If this is the card that fell out and it's a card about gritting your teeth and pushing through when the situation calls for it, then maybe this is a religion of letting go and accepting, and very much a vibe of if it's too hard, it's not meant to be kind of thing. And that could maybe be one of the more extreme tenets, like not everybody who follows this religion feels this way, but those who go like super devout or very extreme in their beliefs would follow this line of reasoning, I think is what I'm going to go with. And then I would next want to ask, what is a sort of ruling fear of this religion or its followers? Ooh, interesting. The World. Look how pretty that card is. Look at it. Gorgeous. Ooh, my phone is dying. Hold on. Welcome to a brand new angle. Sorry you can't see anything I'm doing. Can I make you able to see anything I'm doing? So, my phone was at 2%, so I had to plug it in, and to plug it in, I had to move where it's set up so it could reach the outlet. We're doing great. I've let it charge a bit so that it won't die on the charger, because recording videos takes a lot of energy from my phone, so I let it get up to 8%. And hopefully between that and the fact that it's on a charger, it won't die while I'm recording. Okay, now to the topic at hand. What is a ruling fear of this religion? So I would say for this religion, for that to be its fear, I would say that that would be like an anxiety about the world being too big to comprehend, and also about the wider world itself being a threat. I think, and so it would encourage a sort of insularness. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Okay. Next question would be, what is the ultimate goal for someone within this religion? What are you trying to achieve through worship? Oh, okay. 9 of Pentacles. Look how cool these cards are. So worship and faith brings you prosperity essentially, but I think it also relates to a sense of guidance and comfort. When you're gardening, you roughly know what to expect when you're gardening. When you plant a seed, you know what will grow from that seed. So I think it's a sense of direction and also promise. Okay. The next question is, what or who does one worship in this religion? This one we might have to get a little symbolic based on what is in the imagery of the card. The 9 of Cups. I think it is interesting that that's a 9 again. Does that help me? Another 9. There's cups. There's a person. Does any of that feel like... Nine is an important number, we'll say. Maybe cups are a recurring symbol. Peace, sacred, tenant. The other thing I was going to do was pull a few cards and see what kind of symbols I get and have those be symbols of the religion. And I kind of already got some of that because I decided that number 9 and cups are going to be important. I haven't decided how yet, but that's an idea. I think that will be my last thing is what are important images or themes within the imagery of the religion. And then at some point I can turn this into like an actual thing. I think I'm going to draw a few cards for this one just to get a vibe. I think 3 feels like a good number. Oh wait, no, I'll have one more question after this. Important images, symbols, themes of religion. Do 1. Okay, first. 2 of Cups with some angels, some flowers. 9 of Wands, so we're definitely going with the number 9. And the 4 of Pentacles, okay. Interesting. So cups, and 9 are definitely a thing. And yes, it doesn't escape my notice that I drew the 4 of Pentacles again. This deck has a sense of humor. What else do these have in common? Oh, I wish I knew what flower that was. I think it might be iris. I'm not sure what to do with. I guess I should look up what these cards mean too and see if that tells me anything. Sorry, I know I'm not talking a lot, but I'm just braining. I'll read through these notes after. So that's going to be boundaries against encroachment on your faith. On your face. Whoa. And then 4 of Pentacles is... Well, I'm going to double check that one. All I remember is you may be feeling stuck because, trust in abundance. So what I've got for this is, what images, symbols, themes are important in this religion. We got 2 of Cups, 9 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, and from that I pulled out cups, the number 9. There's a flower on here. Maybe someone will be able to tell me better, but I looked at that and I thought that looked kind of like an iris. Whether it is an iris or not, I'm going to look into irises and see what kind of symbology could be associated with them. A lot of the figures on the cards I've been drawing kind of look like they're in the middle of dance. So I'm going to see if maybe there could be something to that. There's 2 angelic figures on this card, and so I think I could maybe do something with that as characters within the religion. The Two of Cups was about seeing the fullness of each other and accepting one another's faults. You say yes in order to receive a yes in return, and I'm going to interpret that to be both yes to fellow persons and also to God. The Nine of Wands I'm putting as boundaries against your encroachment of faith, encroachment on your faith, stay true. And then Four of Pentacles is all about like trusting in abundance. So give without fear, anticipate abundance, have faith. So that's what I'm going to do for those. And then my last question is going to be about the origin of the world. And I think I will draw a couple cards for this too. We'll do beginning, middle, end, because I like doing beginning, middle, end draws. Oh, do I have these upside down? Who cares? Okay. I flipped the card before I was supposed to again, but whatever. Okay, so the beginning, Wheel of Fortune. The middle, King of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. For the end. Sorry, did I say that? So the world moves in cycles. Trust that things will come back around. It's an interesting idea for the beginning. The middle is the King of Pentacles. Power to shape life. Life and taking responsibility in doing so, but also that responsibility is daunting and a burden. So that would be trying to achieve alignment to find true peace and happiness. Now, what does this have to do as an origin story? Did I show these? This is the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm going to take some ideas from the imagery here. Ooh. I just realized this was my card for what the deity is, wasn't it? Is that true? Yeah. Okay, so, all right. Okay, I have some good ideas. It's still a very bare bones framework, but I have enough that I can actually start filling things out and figuring out what this religion is. If I didn't say it already, this is for my series that I'm calling The Willing and the Chosen, or at least I think that's what I'm going to call the series. It might also be what I call the first book. And I don't know how much this religion is actually going to figure into the plot, but I do know it's the kind of thing that I need to have at least a firm enough grasp on to talk about it in terms of lore and backstory. And it's just the kind of thing that like helps inform the world and a couple characters in the world. So I wanted to have some idea of what it looks like and how does it fit within the broader framework of the world. And this is also going to help me describe settings and stuff, because if I know what kind of imagery and figures would be featured in places relating to this religion, even homes of people who worship, then this helps me know what that looks like. It also helps me have an idea of maybe what kinds of animals or imagery would be taken negatively. So that's very cool. I'm very glad I did this. It took longer than I expected. I have been recording this clip, just this clip is almost 30 minutes long, and I recorded for more than 10 minutes previously. So there's going to be a lot to edit, but I also know that it was a lot of typing. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was at least somewhat interesting. If you watched this far, leave a cup emoji in the comments, and I would love to hear your thoughts on any of the ideas I talked about here. It would be kind of fun to brainstorm with other people. Yeah, I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye!